President Geingob this week explicitly stated that he will not seek to influence the administration of justice through public statements induced by the media on Fish Road. The high-profile case is set to proceed to trial in 2 months' time. Justice Minister says, as much as the president expresses himself on corruption in general, he has the right not to make pronouncements on cases which are before the courts.
I'm not sure whether it's correct to say that the head of state has been silent on high-profile cases. What the head of state has done, and if you go back to many of his speeches that involves particularly Fish Road, he's indicated, even when the president was reshuffling people, there were allegations of corruption, and he has taken steps. For example, and he has reported this in the media about what steps he had taken in respect of which individuals that were either ministers or senior officials. But there is a time where those steps stop. Once you have particular institutions, in this instance, you have 2 key, maybe 3 key institutions that would be involved in that particular dealing with corruption. You'd have the Anti-Corruption Commission, which is the foremost institution that is intended to deal with corruption. And once he has taken that, his part is at least in part done. Then there is the Prosecutor General, who has the responsibility to prosecute any case of crime, which includes corruption. And then you have the judiciary. Now, at what point would people have wanted, what more would people have wanted the head of state to get involved, without, dealing or struggling your sacred principle of the separation of powers? Because what you don't want is, whether it's the head of state, whether it's a member of the executive, or even a member of the legislature, you don't want any sense or impression that there is some kind of undue influence.
The president, however, did indicate that he would only comment when trial-related rules allow and at an appropriate time.
The indication is that there is no evidence at the moment that suggests that he's involved in it. His indication of whether or not at the appropriate time, I'm imagining, would mean that once the matter has taken its course in the courts, and there is actual evidence, that suggests in any way that he's involved, I think at that time he will express himself, But it will be premature for him, when there is no indication, at least from the evidence that we've seen from all the leaked documents, that that he is in any way implicated, or that he has any role that he played in the Fish Road scandal.
The controversially leaked affidavits of alleged Fish Road masterminds, Maren de Klerk and Caesar Namanje, are yet to be heard in the courts. Leaks have the potential to compromise the credibility of the judicial process and mislead the public.
So when documents are leaked like this, it actually dilutes the efficacy, of the system, because then you are typically bogged down initially. The court will be bogged down with challenges from defense about, the credibility of the information. It then starts to question the institutions and so forth. So you in a way, you take away a little bit from the merits of the case.
Minister Geingob says there is a need to strengthen the existing laws to respond to the allegations of corruption. Blanche Koreses, NBC News.